Don't know why you stupid. So this stupid prick called Crazy Glitch TV says, "Why are you bald?" Because I'm 64, you stupid fucking cunt. That's why I'm bald. And probably hereditary as well. In fact, I'm not bald. If you look close at my head, there are little hairs all over the surface of my head. It's and I'm not bald. You've just got very short hairs, you fucking wanker. All right, Aidan. How's the weather? Aidan from New Zealand is asking, how am I going on? Have a go, saying have a great day. Why are you so fucking stupid? Do you know your daddy was the last man of a gangbang on your whore mother? That's who your daddy is. I bet you look fuck all like your dad. You stupid cunt. I'm not ashamed to burp in public, swear in public, fart in public, be in public. Aren't you ashamed of your poor education? Aren't you ashamed of having no common sense? Aren't you ashamed that you're not going to retire without a pension? Or with a pension, should I say? When I lived in Spain, they would always make the coffee with hot milk. I mean, really hot milk. And also, when I worked at an Italian restaurant, yeah, it's fucking. See, I've got to apply next year to Tokyo. They've got the master file, but they had at the local area. They had all the information on me since I came to Japan. But I forgot to get another month, so I've got an idea. But the thing is, at my age, it's very difficult to get employment, and like a lot of the apps, they say 60 to 70, 70 plus, click here for the, and they're like trying to pretend that there's work for you, but there isn't because no one's interested. Even though I'm fit and strong, I think I'm stronger than most people in their 40s and 50s. You can't get work. There's a job here in Japan, and it's called breaking houses. And but the thing is, on a lot of these jobs, a lot of these labouring jobs, you start work at 8 o'clock. You meet in the morning at fucking 6:30. Not my cup of tea. Kaneme. Kaneme? Congratulations, Kaneme. How are you? Are you a girl? I can only see a very small avatar. You look like a girl. Are you a girl? Yeah, but like I said, I saw this, Aidan. I saw this site, and it said, if your pension, if you've paid in 6 months to 11 months, you're entitled to 50,000 yen per month. So I thought it's better than nothing. But I think if I pay in individually, I've got to pay 16,000 yen a month, unless I'm disabled or I don't know about out of work. You know, so like, I don't think I'd like to work in McDonald's for any reason whatsoever. Did you see that case in America, Chipotle? I think it must have been a takeout Chipotle. I thought it was a restaurant Chipotle. And this woman didn't like they'd remade the order twice, and she still wasn't satisfied. So she threw the fucking food in the worker's face. Luckily, it didn't burn her, but it did embarrass her. And she quit after 4 years, 4.5 years, she quit straight away. The judge said, you've got to work in a fast food restaurant for 2 months. Who the fuck is going to want to work inside of this person? A horrible, horrible person. Now, you know, like I've been pissed off with food I've got from restaurants, and I said, please, you say no, stick with the site. That means make it again or make it better. But I've worked as a bartender. Sometimes I took food out, and if there was something wrong with the plate, I'd wipe it. Yeah, but she should have been jailed 6 months. She could have worked in the fucking prison kitchen. I like that. There was one this customer like attacked or threw something at the. She might have even slapped this black worker, this young girl. And so this young girl, she wasn't fucking having that, and she fucking walked around that counter. She walked around that counter. She was gonna grab hold of this woman, but a workmate, a young man, he intercepted her, which is probably good. It's probably the best thing, because that woman attacked that worker, and she got a 2 months working in a fucking kitchen. If that worker had gone outside and smacked that woman, she'd have probably been fucking jailed. Hello, 10 Robux. Yeah, but there was no need for it. You know, it's really, what a horrible thing to do. Govira Saudade. Look, I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this down for a minute because I've got to go to the toilet. Sometimes I'm good, but I need to do a big poop. So if you're still around, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Or, now I'll leave it open. If anyone comes, please tell them I'm back in 5 minutes. You can look at the restaurant. Yeah. This is in McDonald's, my friend Winston. When we were, you're not black, by the way, yeah? Because when we were kids, lots of young men were called Winston after Winston Churchill. You know, like people that came over in the 1950s and 60s. And we called our dog Winston, a little mixed sheepdog. But it's not a name that you hear very, very often now. I don't know. What is that language? Is that Romanian? Don't know. It could be French, but I've never heard other version of French. Is that where are you from? America, Winston? You know, I guess when Max have been there so many years. Portuguese, huh? Obrigado. I guess if you're American and the shop, I wonder if some of the shops have been open like 50 and 60 years from the 1960s, 70s. And what's it like at the moment in Canada? Did he really bring in 1 million immigrants? He's a right waste to spend. I thought Boris Johnson was bad, but oh my God. I think they should make it a law in all countries that children should not, if their child, if their father was a president or leader of a country, it should be outlawed that their son or daughter could carry on because they're really fucking corrupt. It's going to be a nice day today. Yeah, it's funny you should mention that because I've just uploaded a video, Aidan. I came home last night. Inside the entrance, she'd moved all the garbage bags I was about to take out the next day, and she'd put 2 more garbage bags from someone else's rubbish in my. So I fucking went. I went a bit crazy, and then she called the police. Yeah, yeah, not many, mate. Yeah, can you imagine one person making a fucking dumb decision without considering the rest of the country? Same in England. They don't give a fuck. Yeah, the police came. So the police came. They told like I made a story up, and then they believed me, and they told her it's obviously not his fucking rubbish. She just puts it there just to wind me up, to get me going. And so I went out and dropped this rubbish off because I was afraid she'd fucking dump it all over the place the next morning. I came back, she dumped the rubbish again. And so I called the police, they came and they made her sweep it up. And they said, doing this fucking fake voice, oh, I'm sorry, go in the silo. Yeah, I filmed her from the second floor. She was like talking to me in Japanese about why don't I go on, blah, 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 and all this. No, probably 15 years ago, but I didn't realize that she was like tormenting my wife, but my wife never said anything. No, she's not. She's just that way with it. She's mental. Because I remember people used to come to her house. I don't know if they were workmates or church or whatever, but they were like shouting up to her to come down and talk or whatever. So she has work, but she can't get on with people because she's fucking mental. It doesn't, like, it doesn't. So this has been, your comment. Aiden's comment is, do you know anything about the backstory or why the fuck she is so rancid towards you? So Aiden has used the word fuck, and then our artificial inseminator has deemed that it's not worth showing, or it's too rude to show, or too fucking triggering to show. This is the end of fucking social shit. Another moderator has just handled this. Well, I don't remember. I don't remember because I didn't realize she was doing shit. She was probably calling the fucking police when my parked car was the opposite road. No, it's silly, isn't it? We're fucking adults. I think sometimes if it's really racist or violent, I might not show it. But generally, if people are saying, with a sense of humor, swearing. And this is it, like in America and England, if you're a comedian, you can't. Well, they don't do universities now. They refuse to do them. And even Jerry Seinfeld, who doesn't swear, he won't do them. He doesn't even swear. This message is held for review by a bunch of robots. Well, some people, like if some people get you fucking agitated and then they fucking trigger you, I think deep down inside of us, we're all racist without a doubt. I don't know. I'm not sure. But there's what's his name now? There's a comedian. He's very funny, and he's very dodgy. He's very edgy, and he's from. Where is he from now? That state where it's very hot, Bayou and all that Gumbalaya. He's from that state. But so what he did, he did an impression of Kramer. So he came onto the stage. With this big fucking mop of hair, and then Louisiana. So he came onto the stage, got this big mop of hair, and there was like these two black guys in the audience giving him shit. And they wouldn't show up, for about a minute. The two black guys are like on his back, like slagging him off and all this, like. And he goes, he says, hang on a minute, I'll sort this out. And he gets two black guys to come onto the stage with him. And the two black guys talk to the other two black guys, hey, fucking shut up, nigga. And so, because he couldn't say it, so he got someone else to say it. I can't think of his name now. I'm getting old. I think he's my favorite comedian at the moment. He's very, very funny. Type in Louisiana comedian. I can't. Is it Mark? Yeah, some of his jokes are fucking really edgy and fucking really funny. And so when the two, obviously they're all his friends or other comedians. And so as soon as the two guys came on and said this, they shut up, of course. Well, you never know. But, people are fucking giving him shit. He's triggered something. If they don't like his comedy, why the fuck did they turn up in the first place? I think if you get heckled, like, but I've heckled before, but I've been very funny when I've been, because when I was doing stand up, I've heckled people, comedians, and I've got the better laugh. And so, but if you just heckling to be a pain in the arse, then it's not funny, and you throw the comedian off his stride. UK comedians. Who's that guy with blonde hair? He's a bit of a woke twat. He gets on my nerves. I like that gay comedian. What's his name? Is it Robert? This small, skinny guy, bald head. He's very funny. Stop, thick, stop. I don't know, foot stop. I think I'm not even drinking as much either. Yeah, I think he's my favorite comic at the moment. I've got to start writing things down, Aidan. Vishwanath, don't say fuck, because you get. I really like people who swear, but apparently the AI doesn't. Try fluck. Oh, it showed it. Okay. Name some of the comedians that you like. There haven't been many new comedians, have there, in the last few years? Oh, I like the guy from Sri Lanka. Vasarenath. What's his name? Oh my God. Can't concentrate. There's a Sri Lankan guy. He's very dark skinned. He's got a dodgy eye. He's very funny. And I like the idea that, like, a few of them are mates and they went to school together. Ramesh, yeah. He's a funny guy. And he's so out there, like, like he doesn't take shit. So. Ramesh Ranganathan, isn't it? Did you watch? Have you got Netflix? I just finished watching Squid Game. Fucking brilliant show. They did a great show there. Yeah, he's got glasses and a dodgy eye. And I think we're at school. At school, he was a rapper with maybe him and a few mates were rappers. I used to like him as well. Stuart Lee. He can be very funny. He does one. He goes to. Yeah, it's just like that, but they don't kill him. But it's like 450 people from all around the world, and they start they start off like in Squid Game, where the doll spins round, and it's good. You know, like people's emotions and how people work. It's they bring out the worst in people. It's really worth watching. It really is. Because no one knows what the test or game is going to be. No, not at all. No, because you don't know. Or did I? Well, there was one cute black girl. She was very nice, very attractive. But generally, because you don't know who's going to. There's no point in having someone to root for because all of a sudden they're gone. And then at the end of the show, they take several characters who were in the show and they show their lives after the show. And so it was quite good. And they showed you Florida, a part of Florida. Fucking hell, man, it's so colourful. You know, all the houses, just so colourful. But there was one, he was half caste, you know, white mum, black dad, and he came across really badly. And now all the world knows what a fucking dickhead he is. You know, like you said, he was into God and everything like that, and thanks to God, thanks this, and then he was just such a horrible person. He was just very young, that's all. So. And I think he was on some kind of football scholarship, so he was showing everybody how fit and strong he was, and he packed in this scholarship because he really thought he was going to win. But with a game like this, it's so random. You can't. There's no way you can win. There's no way you can. You think you can win. But I recommend watching it, even getting Netflix for it. I recommend watching it all the way through. And, you know, I watched a few shows at a time. You know, I hope people don't go to the end and then see it. Yeah, exactly. You know, but a lot of well, not just Americans, a lot of people around the world are religious and deluded. But what they can't see is they're being used by the leaders of the church. This is why there are so many churches. If you ever go to Hawaii, there's fucking churches all over the place. Drive around the neighborhood, they're just beautiful neighborhoods. They're just fucking full of churches. Well, that's really not religious, is it? That's to do with abuse of power by the Israelis, supported by the Americans. So the Americans, they fucking support Israel because they think that the return of the Messiah, when the Messiah returns, that this will lead to the end of the world, Armageddon. And the Americans are saying, yeah, let's do it. You see that with the Mormons. Mormons have got $32 billion. That's more than most fucking countries because they've got no debt. So they're better than most countries because they've got no debt. And they didn't want this to become public because if it became public, then their members would stop donating. But you know, they could do so much good. I've met Mormons. I visited. I went and knocked on a Mormon's door when I was driving across America. And you know, when they go overseas, the Mormons, and they said they might go to Japan, or they might go to Russia, or they might go to England, or they might go to France. So they learn the language. If it's not an English-speaking country, they learn a language, and then they go overseas for 2 years to try and convert more people to become a Mormon. And the parents pay for that. The family pays. The church doesn't pay for it. The family pays for it. Yeah, I can't understand why people in Palestine are still making babies. Why would you bring a child into that kind of a world? Their whole paycheck, obviously that's not a fucking church, that is a fucking cult. When I first came to Japan, there was this ad that ran all the time, and it was for Ron Howard. What's that religion? And it ran every week on a Monday. It was always ran 250,000 for English teachers, no experience needed. So they were just going to get you into their cult. And when I was about 18, I worked for a tea company in England selling tea or delivering tea. And I worked with this guy, and he was Church of Scientologists, and I worked with this guy, and he was cool. He fucking dressed really smart, good-looking guy, glasses, wavy black hair, and he was a Church of Scientologist. But I think they're supposed to pay 10%, aren't they? I've not heard of Happy Science, but there are cults. The big. This is what happened when that guy shot the prime minister, or the ex-prime minister, and then they looked into it, and they realized so many politicians were taking money from this church, and now they are fucking. What they're doing, they're gonna ban it. Yeah, Mr. Abbott. Because that man that shot him, his mother she signed over the house to these people, to this church. You know, this is what they do. They send out. There was a program about it in Korea, and this girl was saying what they did. They get all these young, attractive girls to go out and bring men in. You know, bring men into the church. Then they would say, you know, pay your money over. That's what Om Shinrikyo did. Same thing. They got all the money from the people, the houses. They got the money, and then they fucking killed them. I guess it stops them complaining. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's what I'm afraid of my neighbor doing. So I said there's nothing they can. They said, why don't you put up a barrier like a chain? Put up a barrier and a sign and a camera. And then I said, well, then will you arrest her if she does something? She said, no. What was the fire? Was it an apartment, a house, a company? Please tell me it was my neighbor's house, because that's not supposed to happen until Sunday. Yeah, but I didn't know that. Yeah, that was an interesting comment by earlier when he said that it was a nice McDonald's. So I just wonder, like, are there some really shitty McDonald's in America? Because in Japan, they do have a system of always renewal. You know, if it's a shop or a cafe or like a ramen restaurant. So if a new ramen restaurant starts up, this has happened near me. There was a couple of new ramen shops popped up, and the one of the most popular ones, they did a renewal. So yesterday I bought a fucking a ton of tickets for the lottery. I got one winner for 1,000 yen. So many times I bought like a ton of tickets, and then I thought, got a chance, I've got a chance. Right, guys, I'm going to get off. Maybe go and get a bath first, and do some more work. So do I, Aidan. So do I, mate. Buy a really nice place. Maybe a place for the wife and son. And then go traveling. Cruise ship. Probably die of heart attack eating all the good food. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.